ഞാനൊരു ചിറ്റ് ചാറ്റ് എടുത്തു. ആ ചിറ്റ് ചാറ്റ് പബ്ലിഷ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ്, കാരണം നിങ്ങളെ കാണിക്കുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് എനിക്കൊരു ഇൻട്രോ പറയാൻ താല്പര്യമുണ്ട്. ഇത് ഛത്തീസ്ഗഡിലെ ആദിവാസി ക്രിസ്ത്യാനികളുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ഇഷ്യൂ ആണ്. ഇതിൽ ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത് അരുൺ പന്നലാൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന അവിടുത്തെ ഒരു ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ ലീഡറാണ്. ഇദ്ദേഹം അവിടെ ആദിവാസി സമൂഹമായ ഗോണ്ട് ആ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയിൽപ്പെട്ട ആളാണ്. ഇദ്ദേഹം റായ്പൂരിലെ ഒരു ബിസിനസ്സുകാരനാണ്. ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഏകദേശം 44ഓളം ചർച്ചുകളുണ്ട്, പെൻറ്റക്കോസ്റ്റ് ചർച്ചുകളൊക്കെ. ആദ്യം മനസ്സിലാക്കണം, ഈ ഛത്തീസ്ഗഡിലെ ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ അറ്റാക്കുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് അവിടെ ഏകദേശം വളരെയധികം മലയാളികൾ, ഏകദേശം 70% മലയാളികളാണ് വർക്ക് ചെയ്തത്. അവരോടൊക്കെ ഞാൻ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിന് ചോദിച്ചു. എല്ലാവർക്കും അത് തരാൻ പേടിയാണ്. ഫോണിൽ പോലും എന്നോട് സംസാരിക്കാൻ പേടിയാണ്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇവിടെ കാത്തലിക് സഭയുടെ അച്ഛന്മാരോട് ചോദിച്ചു, അവർക്ക് ഭയമാണ്. അവസാനം, കാരണം അതിനെപ്പറ്റി എല്ലാം അറിയാവുന്ന ഒരാളാണ് ശ്രീ അരുൺ പന്നലാൽ. അദ്ദേഹം എഡ്യൂക്കേറ്റഡ് ആണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് 2 മക്കളൊട്ട്, അവരും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ബിസിനസ്സൊക്കെ സഹായിക്കുന്നു. എന്തുവാണ് ഈ പന്നലാലിൻ്റെ പ്രത്യേകത? ഇദ്ദേഹം അവിടെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ചർച്ച് മാത്രമല്ല, അവിടെ ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ അറ്റാക്ക് ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് നിയമപരമായും ആശുപത്രി കൊണ്ടുപോകാനും ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള സഹായങ്ങളൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തി. കാരണം അദ്ദേഹം ഒരു ചെറിയ ബിസിനസ്സുകാരൻ കൂടിയാണ്. അതിനേക്കാളൊക്കെ ഉപരിയായിട്ട് ഇദ്ദേഹമാണ് കഴിഞ്ഞ പല വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് അവിടെയുള്ള ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ ചർച്ചുകളിൽ പോയിട്ട് എന്താണ് ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ഭരണഘടന, ഏത് രീതിയിലാണ് നിങ്ങൾ പ്രതികരിക്കേണ്ടത് എന്ന രീതിയിൽ ഒരു ടീമിനെ ഉണ്ടാക്കി ഇദ്ദേഹം ഈ ചർച്ചുകളിൽ പോയിട്ട്, ഈ പെന്തക്കോസ്റ്റ് ചർച്ചുകളിൽ പോയിട്ട് അവരെ പഠിപ്പിക്കാറുണ്ട്. അതോടുകൂടിയാണ് അവിടുത്തെ പിക്ചറും മാറി ഇത് തിരിച്ചടിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. അതായത് പന്നലാൽ ആ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിൽ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, ആ ചിറ്റ്ചാറ്റിൽ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, പല ആൾക്കാർ അവിടെ പ്രശ്നമുള്ളിടത്തൊക്കെ ആളുകൾ ഞായറാഴ്ച മറ്റുള്ള സമയങ്ങളിൽ പള്ളികളിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ അവിടുത്തെ ചെറുപ്പക്കാർ, അവിടെ ചില ആൾക്കാർ അവിടെ ഈ വടിയുമായിട്ടാണ് പോകുന്നത്. ഇവരെന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടായിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആ ചർച്ചിനകത്ത് തന്നെ ഇവരെ ഇട്ടങ്ങ് പെരുമാറും ശരിക്കും. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇദ്ദേഹം കഴിഞ്ഞ ഒരു 2-3 ആഴ്ച മുമ്പ് റായ്പൂരിൽ ഈ ബില്ലിനെതിരെ, അതായത് ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ കൺവേർഷൻ ബില്ലിനെതിരെ ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ ഒരു പ്രകടനം നടത്തി. ഏകദേശം 2.5 ലക്ഷം പേരാണ് പങ്കെടുത്തത്. അവിടുത്തെ ഹ്യൂജ് മാസാണ്. ഇദ്ദേഹം ആ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിൽ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കേട്ടാൽ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. അതായത് നേരത്തെ ഇങ്ങനൊന്നും ഇല്ലായിരുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ അവിടെയുള്ള ആദിവാസി ക്രിസ്ത്യൻസ് അതിശക്തമായ രീതിയിലാണ് പ്രതികരിക്കുന്നത്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് BJP സംഘപരിവാർ സലാദിനെയും അയക്കുന്നത്? അതായത് കഴിഞ്ഞ നിയമസഭാ ഇലക്ഷനിൽ 11ഓളം കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യുവൻസിയിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഈ ആദിവാസിനുള്ള കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യുവൻസിയാണ്. അവർ തുച്ഛമായ വോട്ടിനാണ് ജയിക്കുന്നത്. അതായത് വരാൻ പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവിടെയുള്ള ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി അവരുടെ കാൻഡിഡേറ്റുകൾ ഉണ്ടാകും. ഇത് ഇവർക്കറിയാം. ഇതാണ് ഇവർക്ക് ഇത്രയും ഭയം. അതിൻ്റെ പേരിലാണ് ഈ പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാക്കിയത്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹം ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിൽ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, BJPക്കകത്തൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഈ പറയുന്ന ആദിവാസി ക്രിസ്ത്യൻസിനെ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പുണ്ട്, എതിർക്കുന്നൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പുണ്ട്. കാരണം ഈ പാർട്ടിക്കകത്തെ അടിയും പ്രശ്നങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ്. ഏതായാലും ആ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ നിങ്ങൾ കാണുക. അതേപോലെ എൻ്റെ ഒരു റിക്വസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ട്, ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ കണ്ട ശേഷം ഇത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പറ്റുവാണെങ്കിൽ മറ്റു പലർക്കും ഇത് സർക്കുലേറ്റ് കൂടെ ചെയ്യാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുക. കാരണം പല മലയാളികൾക്കും അറിയത്തില്ല എന്താണ് ഇത് നടക്കുന്നത്. അതേപോലെ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലാണ് ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിൻ്റെ താഴെ കമൻറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ബന്ധപ്പെടാൻ വേണ്ടി ഈ പറയുന്ന അരുൺ പന്നലാൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ടെലിഫോൺ നമ്പരും ഇമെയിൽ ഐഡിയും പിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അദ്ദേഹത്തെ കോൺടാക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാം. താങ്ക് യു വെരി മച്ച്. അതിഥിയായി വരുന്നത് ശ്രീ അരുൺ പന്നലാലാണ്. അദ്ദേഹം സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയയിലും നാഷണൽ മീഡിയയിലും വളരെ ഫേമസ് ആണ്. ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ അറ്റാക്ക് ഛത്തീസ്ഗഡുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ഇദ്ദേഹം അവിടുത്തെ ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ ഫോറത്തിൻ്റെ പ്രസിഡൻ്റാണ്. ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിന് ഏകദേശം 45ഓളം ചർച്ചുകളുണ്ട് ഛത്തീസ്ഗഡിൽ. ഇദ്ദേഹം അവിടെ അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയലിസ്റ്റ് ബിസിനസ്മാൻ കൂടിയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് മക്കളും ആ ചർച്ചുമായിട്ട് ബിസിനസ്സുമായിട്ട് അദ്ദേഹത്തെ സഹായിക്കും. പക്ഷേ ശ്രീ അരുൺ പന്നലാൽ ഇപ്പോൾ പൂർണ്ണമായിട്ടും ഗോസ്പലും ഈ ചർച്ച് ബിൽഡപ്പും ഇതിനു വേണ്ടിയാണ് ഇരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇദ്ദേഹം അവിടെ അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന, അതായത് പല ക്രിസ്ത്യൻ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയും ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സഹായിക്കുന്ന, അവരെ മുമ്പിൽ നിർത്തുന്ന, ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഛത്തീസ്ഗഡിൻ്റെ പുതിയ നിയമത്തിനെതിരെ സമരം ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്താവ് കൂടിയാണ്. ശ്രീ മിസ്റ്റർ അരുൺ പന്നലാൽ, വെൽക്കം ടു ദ ഷോ.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Give me a little bit brief about why Chhattisgarh is facing such kind of a massive Christian attack.
Yes, your word massive is correct, but the whole country is under grip of attack. And we have had much more severe attacks in UP, but there the resistance was not organized, so it is not coming up either in the media or in, or we are, those people are not able to contest it even in the courts, and that's the problem. Yes, Chhattisgarh is highly disturbed, and there are two reasons for its being disturbed. The first thing is that Christian majority in Chhattisgarh commands a big voting majority. Here, 11 seats are directly Christians can, make the win or lose. So that is one part. And incidentally, all these seats belong to the tribal belts. We have got two tribal belts in Chhattisgarh. One is in the north of Chhattisgarh, where we have got about 6 seats, and we've got about 5 seats in the south of Chhattisgarh, that is known as Basra. These are the areas which are tribal belts. Tribal belts, Christian voting is very powerful, but till date they were not organized. So that is one of the reasons. So both the parties were trying to either pull more on their side, and BJP was trying to vote them towards their side. Now, what has happened in the last elections that we have put up a party over here. We have made our own Christian and we've declared it as a Christian party. So that has caused a lot of feathers to flutter in Chhattisgarh. That is one of the reasons. But then in the larger agenda, if you see it, that agenda exists. First thing is that they want to demonize Christians so that hatred is built up. And because of this hatred, they will get benefits. And there are other voting benefits. The people who are non-Christians, or we call them Hindus, or we call them Sanatanis, there will be a precipitation of those votes. That is the first idea. And then this government exists on hate mongering. Without hate mongering, this government cannot exist. That is the method, modus operandi. That is their modus operandi. So they have to keep on mongering hate. It will be either against Christians or other Muslims or now against Dalits. So this will keep going because their agenda is to monger hate and then get benefits in the voting arena. This is the reason why Chhattisgarh is badly disturbed.
Why is such kind of a rapidly, sporadic, such kind of an attack taking place in the tribal area? What was the real reason behind? Suddenly.
No, it's not sudden, sir. These attacks have been going on for the last about, if I'm not extending it too much, about 20 years we've been facing such attacks. But last 3 years or 4 years, we have seen a sudden rise in the attacks. And you are very correct when you say that last 3 years, there's a sporadic attack because there is a lot of internal bickering within the BJP. There is one group which wants to support us and another group which wants to, vandalize us or to torment us. So there are two schools of thought going on within the BJP party over there. So that is the reason. So this has become sort of an arena for the bullfight. So the party is fighting within themselves of gathering this limelight within the Christian community. So one particular group is trying to demonize us, to make us show us like traitors. And then they are bringing in these anti-conversion laws and killing and beating and all these things are going on.
Again, I wanted to intervene. So you've given two important, aspects. One, you said around 11 seat. That means parliamentary seat or assembly seats?
Assembly seats, we have got 90 assembly seats in Chhattisgarh and 11 assembly seats are immediately affected by the Christian voting over there, provided they are polarized.
Okay, that is one of the reasons such kind of an attack is happening?
Yes, that is one of the reasons.
And the second reason you told me, one of the BJP group is supporting us, supporting you guys. Another group is supporting Sanatani. So what was behind all this?
This is a matter of political one-upmanship. One particular group wants to have their own chief minister, the other group wants to have their own chief minister. That is all to it, nothing much more beyond that. So these are the bickerings that are going on. One particular group is supported by the central government, other group is not supported by the central government. So this is just a boxing arena which we have been left with. So we are the beating birds. We are the people who can easily be attacked. We are not organized. We don't retaliate. We don't have any political presence. So we are very soft targets. So it is very easy for them to attack us either morally, politically, economically, or even now the way they are going from the legal side also. The attack on us is very strong because we are not well prepared. That is one of the reasons.
Brother, I wanted to ask you another one question. Now, how many Christian pastors inside the jail in Chhattisgarh?
I'll not be having a very exact figure about it because immediately over here we are totally aware. Apart from my forum, there are many other parties like ADF and other people who immediately get them released, and then we build a lot of political pressure, and because of the political pressure, they are forced to either give bails, and we have been successful in obtaining bails almost in all cases. Hardly 3 or 4 days, or sometimes 10 or 15 days. That's the maximum time they remain behind bar. By that time, we easily move the high courts, we move the lower courts immediately because that devotion has to be there. And if you just leave it to a lawyer and he puts in an application that keeps on hanging for months and weeks and sometimes even years, that's what's happening in UP. So if you have got a dedicated team of lawyers and dedicated visionaries in the team, we get the bails all right. I mean, and then the cases also, almost all the cases we win. Even just a few days back, another case has come from Durg district where 3 pastors were just arrested. We got them bailed in about 3 or 4 days, and now they have been left scot-free. That's it. They have said, no, this case does not stand because there was no enticement factor was missing. That was one of the things that court has, we have won those cases. It was reported in the public. So if we are totally aware on the legal side and diligently we keep fighting, these cases cannot stand the scrutiny of law. So as for my information today, we don't have, it must be 0.
Pastors and believers are inside the jail in Chhattisgarh currently. Can you say?
As far as my knowledge goes, nobody is in jail as on date. Just about 2 days back, there had been one attack in Bilaspur district. I am not aware of that particular situation, but those people must have moved the court by now. So it could be just 2 or 3 people must be waiting for their bail. So that is the information what I have.
Brother, again, I wanted to ask you, last 1 year and currently, the attacks reduced or escalated?
No, escalated. It's highly escalated. There is no question of being reduced. I mean, now the organized way the attack is going on. And we are really fed up fighting all these cases in all the fronts. Because first we have to fight on the ground level. Immediately if somebody is attacked, we have to give them medicine, help, and all that part takes up. Then secondly, we have to take up the legal side and see that the proper FIRs are booked, proper statements are taken, so that taxes us very much. And then on the judicial side, then on the political side, we have to make representations. Then we have to also move the international community, just see what's happening over here. So this is a very tough and taxing fight. It's not simple. I mean, just getting bails, and because we are successful in building a lot of pressure. Sometimes we have to protest on the streets. Yesterday there was a big protest. Of course, it was not by our group, but then that protest was very severe and the effigies of the chief minister and the home minister were burnt. So these things, they keep on building a lot of pressure even on the judiciary. So they detest from refusing the bails. So that is how we get the bail, and that is the level of fight which we have to fight,
And also I wanted to ask you earlier, many of them told me the assembling around Christian believers was very difficult in Chhattisgarh. But I came to know from my own sources. So recently you called one meeting, around 2.5 people immediately assembled and they did the protest. That means the Christian also got courage to come out from the street and doing the protest.
Yes. And I'll just delve into the history a little bit upon how we have been able, how we have been successfully able to mobilize such a huge, it was 2.5 lakhs that was present against the demonstration of the anti-conversion bill which had come. How we have started off, and I speak this very much because I want the same to be copied in other states. Whatever we have been successful in. First is we have to reach the ground, grassroots persons over there. Whenever they are attacked, our people should be there on the ground immediately with it. So the confidence building measure is established. The confidence of the believers, that is established in the first step. First, what used to happen is whenever an attack used to take place, the pastor over there, he used to just leave and run away, and then he used to surface after 10, 15 days when everything used to cool down, and the believer was left to fend for himself. Ulta Sida, I mean, just vague sort of FIRs were booked and filed, and there was nobody to protect or guide them. That is the place where Chhattisgarh Christian Forum took over. So that was our first thrust point. First, protect the victims. Give them all their legal rights, constitutional rights. That was the immediate step what we used to take. Then the second step was what we took was to organize very small meetings, about 10 or 15 people, that is all, in each hamlets. And we developed a team of devoted pastors who would give them 1 or 2 days and go to them. And when they preach, after the preaching, they used to tell them about the legal rights, about constitutional rights. And when the ground was ready, then we used to call bigger meetings of say 300 or 400 people, 500 people, and then explain them and give them some written matter. See, these are your constitutional rights. See, this is how you can stand up. And when you are attacked, what you have to do, how you have to file an FIR, whom you have to do. And so that is how we kept on building up. So now, whenever we call a meeting, more than 4,000 or 5,000, 6,000 people immediately gather within 12 hours. So because we have been able to deliver to them, we have been able to deliver relief to them. So that is how they are coming. And because of this strength, which has snowballed, then we are trying to force the government, the judiciary, the administration into listening to what we have to say. So this is the modus of...
Exactly, that is a good way. And also I came to know the Durg issue to Catholic nuns. The Catholic churches are not supporting the Christian community over there. What you can say about that?
I'll let me first go into the details of that particular issue of the Durg when those nuns were arrested. There is a group over there, they are vandals, and they are supported by the government. That it is a known fact. And I don't want to take her name and make her more popular over here, but everybody knows she has been beating pastors on the streets. But then the problem in Durg was this, that the Catholic Church, they don't want the involvement of any other persons over there. That is point number one. And this type of fight, for advocacy and activism, it is not sufficient that priests will be able to handle that. The problem over there is that everything, the priests over there want to handle everything. Priest is certainly not prepared from the constitutional side. He is a man of God. He has got all the biblical knowledge. He has spent half his life learning what Bible is, what the vision is, what God and faith is. We don't expect that immediately that he will be able to be a well-chartered advocate and he will be having all the knowledge of the Constitution. Although that part, is missing. And they don't encourage the people from the laity to come in and occupy that space. There is a fear psychosis going on that leadership will be taken up by the other persons. So they are discouraging this type of, for developing of this type of a leadership. That is one problem. So even within the Catholic community, they are discouraging. They want that everything the priest should handle. That is one of the anomaly, what I see. Then they don't want that other denominations should come in and find and grow into a united group. They want, yes, Catholicism should be there and the Catholic should lead it. I mean, there's no problem from our side, and anybody leads, but the question is the work should be done. Then the second biggest problem within the Catholic community is this, that they have got large amount of investments. It is institutions. So their first concern, primary concern, is of saving the institutions. Yes, it is justified or not justified, but then the faith takes a second seat. That is the problem. There have been a lot of, in the Bastar places, even Catholic churches have entered into many conversions, and then the women were beaten up with sticks, with big sticks and all. The church never came forward to protect them or do anything. So these are the things. I mean, these are problems. And now, second thing, which through your medium, I want to just make it known to the worldwide, to everyone concerned, that Christian is a much more powerful community. We are far more powerful than even the RSS. At least I know about Chhattisgarh. See, I'll give you one or two examples. We will talk in details later on sometime. But you tell me, for holding one small meeting, RSS of suppose they want to hold some communal meeting, and for that they have to bring in 200 or 300 people over there. How much of energy they will be spending? They will be spending in several thousand rupees. For 15 days, they will be inviting people. Only then they will be successful in holding that particular meeting. And on the other side, every Sunday, we have got lakhs of people coming to the churches, all believers. Totally, you are getting a ready-made audience. We are not able to use that audience. The religion part is very good. You do that. Let that be over. And once the altar is complete, our sermon is complete, our religious activities are complete, I request that the altar, the pulpit should be opened up for these matters. They should be opened up for the secular matters. The knowledge of the constitution should be given. The youth should be encouraged to understand what's happening around them instead of keeping them totally insulated only within the religion, because religion is only a part of our life. And the second part is our livelihood. We have to survive, we have to live. You have to earn a living. You have to stand up for your rights. You have to hold your heads high. So these are the things where we are totally missing. We are not able to develop any sort of interaction with the laity. We are not able to build up any sort of leadership amongst the laity, devoted leadership. So these are the things. And then entering politics is a necessity today. But then people have not been, people don't know what constitution is. How do we expect them to understand what politics is? So these are some fields where matters will have to be addressed. And it is our bishops and archbishops. I have got very good relations with my archbishop over here. He even gave me a memento he brought from Italy from the Pope. The Pope had blessed it. Then he came, called me and gave me that memento. It is a cross crucifix. So I have those type of personal relations. They honor me very much. But when it comes to issues where the church has to open up, it needs discussion. It needs a lot of insight into where we are. The church today is not the church what it was about 1,000 years ago or 300 years ago. There has to be a change. The pulpit has to open up to share views and make ourselves strong. So these are the things which we will have to discuss and open up. And this is not only about the Catholic Church, even the other churches.
Just I want to intervene. So what you are saying that I came to know from your talks, later this tribal community and Adivasi and Dalit community may enter into politics. That's I am right or wrong?
So, but you are in the past tense. Our tribal community Christians, they have strongly already entered into the politics. We have made them aware in the last 10, 15 years, and we have got a strong command. And last time, sir, you'll be surprised to know BJP won by only 16 votes, where we voted 10,000 votes. So now they are totally scared. On all the 11 seats, what I have been mentioning time and again, our tribal community is totally strong over there. Over the years, we have built them. So our tribal Christians over there, they know to fight for their rights. The only problem now today is that we have been taught non-violence, so they don't want to retaliate when they are beaten. They are prepared to take a beating. So this is the one ideological problem. I am not certainly professing that yes, we should pick up arms and all that, but that is the mentality which is holding them from stopping the attacks on the. These are about the tribals I'm talking of. Now in the plains, I have got 43 churches which we look after. We send our pastors over there. We look after their safety, we regulate all the problems. We have got a very good team, devoted team of pastors over here who are prepared to lay down their life for Christ. I mean, that type of, they are the Pentecostal churches which we have built up in the plains over here. Over here, what happens, they say, see, first my right is to protect myself. That is the ideology which is going along within the Pentecostal community, which we are catering to. So once we were, not once, several times they were attacked by this saffron brigades, vandals, and they gave them a thorough beating immediately. They locked up the churches, brought them in and they gave a thorough beating and called the police.
That means the retaliation started.
Yeah, long back. It's about 5 years, 6 years now. So the retaliation, because of the retaliation in those 43 churches, not a single attack ever takes place. On the other hand, whenever a leader has to go there, he seeks police protection to come to the church. So I don't know, I never right or wrong, I cannot say. But my word of God is evangelism, and everything is peacefully extending over there. They tried it out in the last time about a year back. They again tried attacking us because of this new government, and they got a thorough beating. So that is how we are protecting our faith, our people, and their rights. And we believe that yes, we have got the full constitutional right to protect our faith. We have got full constitutional right to protect our properties and our people and our children. And that's why we retaliate to protect ourselves. That is how we are protecting our
And
churches.
also I came to know that any kind of a incident happen near to your place on churches, you are sending your men over there for protect and everything.
No, we are not sending anybody. We have trained those people over there only to be able to retaliate. You can't be sending people when an attack is taking 5 kilometers. You may take half an hour reaching them. By that time, the attack is over. We have strengthened them morally and also physically to know what their right is, how to challenge the police, how to challenge those people. So the fight is done by those people on the ground themselves. We don't have to. We direct them. We go and sit in the police stations and see that it is a legal process is being taken care of properly, and that is the pressure we create. But the actual ground fight is done by those people only.
And also I seen some of the video clipping, some of the believers coming in the Sunday in front of the police station and doing protest and demonstration and singing worship song. That is a massive change happening in Chhattisgarh, because once it was not like that. Now it is a change happening over there.
Sir, you have come to know only yesterday, sir, about that thing. But last 15 years, this is what we have been doing in tribal belts. Once one our tribal church was attacked over there, and they begged those people and sent them, told them to go away. No more worship will be done. I told them, see, you catch hold of all the people from all the nearing villages, and you go down to the police station. They went to the police station. So the police was asked, "What are you here? You want to write a complaint?" We don't have to write any complaint, nothing doing. We will be holding our worship over here. And more than 1,000 people get out that church, and we had a full Sunday worship over there within the church. The government got so alarmed because then that could have a big ripple effect. So because of that, then a lot of peace started descending upon those churches over there. The police themselves started taking preemptive action. Whenever they used to get any intelligence inputs that something is going to happen, they used to curb it over there. So that is how we have been building that pressure over there. And we have been so many times, right? On our Independence Day, we have held a service right on the square. Why can't we pray for our nation? Why can't we pray for our martyrs, Christian martyrs who have given us independence? And there was a lot of millions. The government was not giving us land. They were not giving us permission. Then we fought it out. When it will be doing, you arrest us. So that is the type of resistance which has to come. We have to stand up for rights. This country does not belong to one particular group. It is mine. My forefathers have laid down their lives and blood for obtaining this freedom over here. How am I not authorized to take benefit of that the fruits of that freedom? So that is the mensi, that is the idea which has to be developed in our youth. And once they get agitated, they can do wonders. The problem is that we are not addressing the youth. And the problem further I see is that all we have given our youth is guitars and some saxophones. They go onto the stage, you call it a pulpit and start singing. That is all our youth has been told to do. Nobody is aware what are legal rights is. Nobody has been given the vision of what the future is. Nobody knows what persecution is going on, why it's going on. Catch hold of any youth, ask him what it is. All he wants is, yes, I want my guitar and I want the center stage in the church. That is all. So these are the problems where you have to address them. So, and the church is far more powerful, sir. Okay. You go to any village. Okay. Sir, just one small point in this context only. You go to any village, I'm talking about Chhattisgarh. In that village, 3 or 4 or 5 houses, call them house church or whatever, will be there. But on the other hand, if you go to mandirs, you won't find after say 10 or 12 or 20 villages, you'll find one mandir or other place of worship or something. So that is your ground strength, ground level zero. That is your grassroots strength what you have got. Every village has got 3 or 4 or 5 churches over there. They may be attached structures, they may be very poor, but then they are integrated. They are fully devoted to the Lord. So this is the strength.
Yeah. I want to ask you another question. Nowadays, I came to know from your own channel, the panchayat is boycotted Christian Adivasis due to Tandupata leaves. So they're supposed to, panchayat has to take, and also some of the other reports coming in social media, some of the Sanathanis, they are boycotting and told the Christian believers to leave the place. What exactly the truth?
I think you have mixed up two issues, sir. First issue is of Tendi Patta. Allow me to address that properly. And in the video, I have explained very well. But then the Tendi Patta was not being allowed to be sold by the Christian tribals. That was the one point. And that was the resolution which was passed by the Gram Panchayat. And hence, they were not able to look into it. Whatever we had to do at our level, I will not be talking about it on the social media. But then, yes, of course, we met the top officials and all that. We tried to develop with the pressure, and I am very happy to inform you right now that in about 5-6 days, about 7 days back, I was there in the same Tendu Patta issues that were taken place, and all the money has been given to the tribal Christians over there, whose Hindu Patta was refused to be taken up by the Gram Panchayat. So the government themselves have found out some via media and other methods. So that is the way how it worked up. So ultimately, our people, they got the full benefit over there. The Hindu Patta was an issue, but they got the money. Their survival is ensured. So these are the things. The second thing what we did, sir, is the second instance, and I'm so thankful to the police department over there in the tribal area that they encouraged us, because police also does not want a confrontation of communities. It is a big headache for them, and then they're also, they feel that yes, everybody has got a right to say. So I asked them, kindly give me your security and allow me to talk to your tribal leaders over there, which they agreed. They gave me a guard and all. We went there and we just talked to them. We sat peacefully and we just said, what is your problem? I'm not going into the details of the problem, but the question is that dialogue opened up. So people started talking, we started talking, see, this is what you're doing. They started talking, you are fools here. You agree, you may abuse us, but let that steam go out. After that steam goes out, then we can put them, see, this is what you are. This is what we are. So, things are working. I'll give you a very good example. About 5 days back in the same area, there was a big round that took place in the village in Antagad. It was in the social media and all the 5 roads, they were totally blocked. They had put up tires on the Adivasis or that. They had burnt the tires. They were burning effigies. Then it was too violent. Any other attack, this was just 5 days back. Even the DIG was not allowed to enter into that Antagad area. His vehicle was stopped. So in that particular atmosphere, can you please imagine that not a single word against Christians was mentioned? The memorandum was it never contained anything about Dharmantaran. It never contained anything about any pastors, because we told them, see, we are, after all, we are brothers. If tomorrow you die, it will be I who will be burying you. If I die, it will be you who will be burying me. So let's not fight amongst ourselves, and that things have worked out. So this is the way, this is the stance which I have to take. Just the SP, he told me, okay, I'm booking FIRs against them. Okay, I'm just arresting 15 or 20 people of those houses and bringing them here. You have come with an application, I'm arresting them, Venika sir, please hold it. I don't want any arrests. We don't want any FIRs against those people who have not understood the machinations of those things. See, because once the people will be arrested, their families will be affected, then they will hold their grudge. The next generation will also hold that particular grudge, that these bloody fellows, they had arrested my granddad. These brothers, they had arrested these Christian fellows, they had arrested my father. So I don't want that type of hatred to continue. I want peace. I want our people to love each other. The SP was so moved by my stance because Christian Forum was the only body which was saying we don't want FIRs. We went to that villages, we talked to them. I'll be going again in about 5 or 6 days. So these are the ways we are trying to see. There are two intentions. First is peace, but then you look into the machinations or how they work. What is their cadre? Their cadre is these tribals, the Hindu groups or goons, whoever are spreading hatred over there. They are spreading the hatred within the tribal cadres itself. So if we assert those cadres, we give them a message of love and peace that we have to love each other. I mean, that is our ultimate goal. So they would have lost their cadre. And that is what is happening. They have already lost their cadre in Nantagar, at least I can say that for sure. So, I mean, these are the things where we have to work. Here the church comes in. Here the church comes in a big manner. Be it Catholic Church or a Methodist Church or a CNI Church or a Pentecostal Church, here you have to come away from your spiritual leader. You have to step 1 foot out from the spirituality of the biblical teachings and bring it onto a social level. That how you can love your other communities, how you can approach them, how you can talk to them. These are the things which has to be encouraged within our pastors, within our preachers who go in the evening to pray. Here, our pastors are saying, you don't go to that house. He's a non-Christian. You don't accept anything. Don't give them any donation. Why will you not give them any donation? You belong to the same village. If they are asking money for some sort of it is their festival, why will you not participate? Why will you not donate over there? Why do you want that Christian community to be isolated? So these are the issues which have to be inculcated amongst the people who go and preach into the villages.
That international media also reported the burial issue in Chhattisgarh. That matter is settled or not?
It is settled in a way that Supreme Court, that matter, some very good friend of ours, they have alliance, something it is, they have obtained a very good order from the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court has given an order that yes, it is a big anomaly and we'll be looking into it. And in the meantime, nobody is going to exhume the bodies from the graves. So now the bodies, at least because of that Supreme Court order, nobody is digging out the bodies. But then the problem of burial is again, it exists. About 15 days back in the tribal areas, there was, these problems keep cropping up every now and then. But then there was a problem that the body was not being allowed to be buried. And you'll be alarmed to see that the administration, they said, yeah, okay, then we will bury it into the Christian burial ground over there. So everybody agreed. Both the Adivasi parties, the Christians and the non-Christians, okay, you bury the body in your Christian burial grounds, we have got no problem.
Okay,
Sir. And the church which had the burial grounds over there, they refused the burial of that particular Christian body in a Christian graveyard because that belonged to a Methodist church. He was saying, no, it has to be a Methodist church, only then I will allow burial. This is what is happening, and this is. I don't have words to denounce this type of activities. The SP was aghast. He asked me what to do. Sir, I am coming. I will break open the lock and we will bury it. That is what I told the SP. So he said, no, we will manage it. At night, about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the police managed to bury it in our own burial land. These are the problems that the church has to address. They have to come up. All this community is ours. These are all bodies of Christ. That tribal is also a Christian because he is preaching the Bible, he is reading the Bible, he is praying to my Christ. So he is also part of my body. This church cannot divide itself into denominations of Catholics or Protestants or Pentecostals or something. This type of unity has to be developed. And these are our Christian people who have to come forward. The big Christian churches, bishops, archbishops, cardinals, they have to discuss these things and come away from the denominational lines, So these are the things which need some addressing.
And also I wanted to ask you one more question. How this Garvapasi, because lots of gimmicks over there, is working out in Chhattisgarh?
You have used the absolutely correct word, and that is gimmicks. This is just a gimmick, nothing else. And it is just a political issue. They are saying Garvapsi. See, I'll give you a very good, light-hearted incident what has happened in my tribal area. Some big political leader, she came with her and she washed the feet of, gathered all the Christians, sent the police. She washed her feet. She washed their feet and said, now you are all Hindus. They said nothing else. They got the feet washed. They gave them one laddu to eat. They took that laddu and went up. Second, again they were in the churches. When they were in the churches, then again, but तुम्हारा तो घर वापसी हो गया है. तो कहता तो मेरा तो घर, मैं तो घर में ही बैठा हूँ. आई एम सिटिंग इन माई हाउस. मेरा घर में और क्या वापसी करोगे. तो यहाँ पे क्यों बाइबल, तो बाइबल को घर में पढ़ने से क्या मतलब है. तो आप तो हिंदू हो गए. मैं कहा उससे पूछो कौन हिंदू है. सो these are just फालतू का, these are political gimmicks. So they have done this. That is fundamentally to create a hatred against the Christian community that we are very weak. But we are not weak. We are far more integrated, far more strong, and far more aware of how these problems are going around. See, I will give you a little figure, sir. You will be amazed that when this bill had come up, anti-conversion bill, about 6 lakh people had protested on the streets. 1.5 lakhs in Ambikapur, about 2 lakhs in Jashpur area, and about 2.5 lakhs people in our place in capital of Chhattisgarh. If they can present themselves and talk and protest against one conversion bill, you imagine how much our strength is. Now, 2 lakh people could not have belonged to one denomination only. So these are the issues, these are the problems.
That means the current government is scared now. And the police apparatus also is very seriously now looking this matter. Anyway, Mr. Panalal, thank you very much. So we can meet you next session of any other.
Yes, I will be available, sir. Yes, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm grateful to you, sir. Thank you very much.